these guys against an outside opponent?
Yeah, it'll be great. I'm sure they're all probably tired of each other a little bit and ready to play like a real game, and no drills and no stopping and all that good stuff. So, yeah, it'll be great to have a preseason game.
I'm curious, how happy are you that you don't have to think about the same drills and stuff, that you'll have actual film that you can look at and things that, maybe might go differently in a game than a practice time?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, as coaching staff, I think we're ready to have a game too. So it'll be great to see, them against another team and have film and things to teach from and learn. And it's when you're watching film and you're trying to watch offense and defense and coach both teams, it can be a little bit distracting and not the best teaching environment. So it's going to be great to play against another team for us too.
You've had about a week of practices here. Have you found that there's been a lot of times where you need to stop guys and kind of help reprogram them a little bit from what they were doing for the last 4 years?
Well, I will say once we start practicing, we like to kind of keep going and not stop it too much. But at the same time, when there's something that we feel needs to be addressed or something that's important, then we'll talk about it. But oftentimes we'll just come back the next day and we kind of start the day with teaching and kind of a mental part of practice. And once we get going, like I said, we kind of like to keep them moving, keep them going, and coach on the fly, teach on the fly. But so there's some of that, but not as much as probably you might think.
There's obviously no player in the history of humanity like Giannis, but in your career, have you ever had a player that plays at the forward position as a player that size that you've been trying to construct an offense around as a primary ball handler? Have you had experience with that before?
No.
Does it present a new challenge for you?
Oh yeah, no. It's been a great challenge to think about all summer, and to kind of figure out how we can do things that I think are just fundamental to good basketball and fundamental to being a great team, and how they marry up with a unique player like Giannis and a unique skill set like Giannis's. So I think we're excited about how we can take advantage of him and hopefully put him in even better positions, but put his teammates in more good positions also.
I know Gled mentioned the other day that sometimes it feels like there's just overpassing, that guys aren't taking shots because they're trying to adjust to this new system. When you have a guy like Eric, like Chris, like Giannis, how do you try to find their spots where, they can find an isolation bucket or they can find a spot in the team concept as well? How do you try to balance that?
Yeah, it's a great question. We'll be working on it probably all year. Today, tomorrow, next day. I think that's one of the beauties of having some really good individual players and how you can marry it up with some great team basketball and team concepts and, finding that balance and walking that line. I think it's going to be a little bit of feel, and hopefully within everything we're doing, there's opportunities for those guys to kind of be who they are. And we're on guys, really anybody, when they're open, they need to shoot it. And the league, you get a good look, you probably need to take it. Guys are scrambling, defenses are working hard, and it's hard to get multiple good looks in one possession. So we're encouraging guys to feel confident and let it fly when they're open.
Is Giannis going to operate a lot as a rim protector for you guys in the defense, or is it more built on the overall scheme of equal opportunity?
Yeah, no, I think it's we need everybody to think that we got to protect the rim and take away the rim and be much better in that area. And there's no doubt Giannis can be unique and special there. But if we're standing around expecting and waiting on Giannis to be that guy all the time, we're not going to be very good defensively. So we're just harping on guys. They got to be aware. They got to be ready. And, we're not waiting on any one guy. There's, you have roles, you have responsibilities. You got to fulfill them defensively.
Every team handles preseason games differently. What's your philosophy on just, spreading minutes and using certain guys in certain games?
I have to figure it out before tomorrow, right? I mean, it's, I think the league, I think we're in year 2 of a little shorter preseason, less preseason games. I think we have 4 total. So myself, and I'm guessing, a lot of coaches are trying to figure out that balance with preseason and playing guys minutes and making sure we're getting reps and we're getting ready. Plus, as a staff, we're new. As players, we're new to each other. So, I think between now and tomorrow night, we'll think about it. But we're going to play our guys some tomorrow, and we need to get better tomorrow night.
I'm not sure if you recall, but last year it was kind of baffling. The league obviously extended the schedule back to give more time in between games, reduced the number of back-to-backs. The players really felt like they were exhausted and tired and had the injury concerns and all of that. Do you having a year kind of removed from it, do you have any sort of sense of what the impact was of the schedule changes that might have contributed to that overall kind of grumpiness throughout the league about exhaustion?
I will just say from more the positive, I think, what the league has done to reduce back-to-backs and shorten the preseason and extend. And, I think we're doing everything, or the league is doing everything they can to try and put the players in their best position to be healthy, to, be as far as, rest versus fatigue, to be in the best position they can be. And, were they more tired? Were they more fatigued? You would think they shouldn't be. So, but it's. I think we all get used to certain rhythms of a season. So guys that played 10 years or have coached a long time, you're used to back-to-backs, and So I think I'd give it some more time before I made any definitive declarations about more fatigue or less. And I just love the way the NBA is working to make things better, and I feel like it's getting better.
Obviously, you didn't really get any time with Jabari Parker, but he was the number 2 overall pick here, and that's going to be a big storyline last night. What was kind of going through your mind this summer as you saw Jabari depart the team and join the Bulls?
Well, Jabari's a very good young player that sometimes change for probably both parties may have been the best thing. A lot of respect for his game, a lot of respect for Jabari. Spending a little bit of time with him, I think. From our perspective, we're really excited about our roster. We're really excited about how the group came together this summer. And, it's part of the NBA. I'm sure it creates great interest and great fan and storylines. But I just know from our perspective, we're really excited about the group we have and, wish Jabari the best going forward.